Good morning, everyone. In India, 28th February is celebrated as National Science Day. On this day in 1928, Indian scientist Sir Chandrasekhara Venkat Raman discovered a phenomenon of scattering of photons, which was later known as Raman Effect after his name. After 2 years in 1930, he got the Nobel Prize for this remarkable discovery, and this was the first Nobel Prize for India in the field of science. To mark the discovery of his famous phenomenon, National Science Day is celebrated in India on this day each year. I am Tanveer Singh, serving as organizing committee member for I2OR National Science Conclave 2023. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome one and all to this virtual ceremony. The said ceremony is being organized by International Institute of Organized Research, I2OR India, which is a registered MSME with Ministry of MSME, Government of India. We decided to go virtual to recognize remarkable contributions of individuals through different categories, which includes research excellence, academic excellence, young researchers, young scientists, and young scholars. Moving ahead with the technical session, now I would like to take this opportunity to invite our keynote speakers to share their expert talks with a theme on science and technology in education.
Hello everyone, this side Dr. Rahul Petty, just going to discuss about our future. Our future, it's very good topic. The fact is that this is a discussion how we can achieve our goal through sharing our ideas and experience. As we know that our common goal to educate a people is our future. Our common goal to achieve that particular target is our future. Our future should be safe. Our future should be properly managed and will get the proper output. Output are categorized in three different stages. One is a job, second is the higher education, and third one is the entrepreneurship. So you have to learn, complete given task, meet a deadline, and get the three particular categories. Means if you want to go for a job, then focus on meeting deadline. It means we have to complete that eligibility criteria, whatever it is required for that particular job. About the higher education, focus on learning which type of skills or learning is required for higher education, higher studies. And then entrepreneurship, focus on task and completion. I mean to say that if I have an idea, I have to complete that particular, convert into the product, and which type of customer I have to observe, and I have to sell it that particular product. So these are the three things which is are in front of our us during our education. So our education, which is very much important when we can ask a few questions to the students in our class. So how many students are want to do a job after finishing their degree? How many want to go for their higher education? And how many of you want to start their own business? So these are the three categories, and on the basis of three categories we have to ask from childhood itself, because if we'll ask a kid, then they will like change their opinion year by year. First of all, if they observe a plane, then they said I want to become a pilot. If they observe that a doctor, then they said that I want to become a doctor. So this is our scenario, and then that scenario will be changed year by year, age by age. So we have to curious about that, what is going on in their surrounding. So there are three categories of our education system, quality education system: to act, to achieve, to act, okay, and to achieve, and to like acquire. We can say that to act, to achieve, and to acquire, these are the three things. Means to act, it means if we'll provide some sort of task, then the students are going to start their acting, then achieve that particular outcome, and then on the basis of that they will acquire some sort of knowledge or the skill. So these are the three things. So 38.505 millions of students are in our surrounding or in current country from 55,165 institutions. So as we know that whether all the students are getting a job, whether all the students have good higher education skills, whether all the students have their own entrepreneurship skills, so the answer is no. As I know that in an engineering scenario, in engineering college, whether all the students are getting that particular admission in that particular engineering, it means they have to compromise their life. They have to start like compromising with their branches, with their educations, with their quality of education. The tremendous private colleges, number of private colleges are in India. So whether they are going to provide a proper quality education, whether all the faculty members are properly concerned, which have to deliver a particular session or a lecture, quality lecture to the students, practical knowledge to the students. If yes, then what is the problem with the students? Whether students are good or not, whether faculty are good or not, whether institutions provide the resources to them or not. These are the three things. So if we are identify that particular things, it means we have to identify the psychology of management, we have to identify the psychology of faculty, whether they are satisfied with the management or not, and then whether the faculties are satisfied, then they are ready to deliver proper skills or proper knowledge and the new technologies to the students or not. So the point is that if the students are good, happy to get the prosperous life, and if you identify the country or the state city, if you'll go for the salary or the job, means if I will go to start my career in Delhi city, then I have to earn 40 to 50,000 rupees per month as a fresher. In the Mumbai, again a 50,000, again in the Bangalore in the 50,000, Hyderabad. This is suitable for me as a fresher, but whether it is like a proper walk towards the like ability, like we can say that future. If yes, then it is okay, but if it is not, then what exactly we need, whether the company will provide such type of package per month to the students. If yes, then it is good. So that is what the employability which is required in particular India country or in the particular city, which type of employability we required, whether that skills have or not. So as per the definition of employability, I can say that the ability or attribute of a person that makes that person able to gain or maintain the employment. If we will join the company, then we have to maintain the employment. In our scenario, we observe that we have to manage the boss, we have to manage the management, we have to manage the product, we have to manage the culture, everything. So if it is, then whether he will provide the proper quality to that particular employment or to that particular company. So if it is good, then it will be very nice. So are engineer students are employable? Are they are capable enough to solve the problem? So if we'll brain teasing, so we can say that what is the meaning of different symbols using flowchart. We have to ask the students. Whenever we'll such type of questions, we will ask what is the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller, execution time of different operators, simulating communication systems in the software. If we'll ask this type of questions, then there is a silence in the classroom. No one will ask, no one will provide the proper eye contact to the faculty, no one will confident about their answer. So this is the problem, whether this is a quality education. So I can say that there is some sort of lack of knowledge, lack of skill. So in the 2018, the study conducted by employability assessment company Aspiring Mind, so 1,50,000 engineering students from 650 plus engineering college from across the country, students took automata, and if we observe that 60% could not even write code that compiles, only 1.4% of students can functionally correct the efficient code. It means the 90% of engineers in country were not fit for software employment job. This is the scenario. What is the problem with this? So employability by role in IT companies, software engineering, IT product, maybe it may be aware or not, may be understood by the faculty or the students or not, which type of companies, which type of role of employability is available in IT company. Software engineering, IT services, startup ready services, associate operators, hardware networking, these are the roles are available. Even though engineering roles are design engineering, chemical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, mechanical engineering, sales engineering, these are the employment roles. There is no such type of recession and other things. If you have a quality, you can prove yourselves. So survey may be biased. If you want to design any sort of we can say that e-commerce or e-survey website or any sort of digital signage. So what we required skills. We required to potential acquire particular application. So I can say that manpower required one ninja programmer and time required to solve that particular problem is 3 hours, but none of the students can solve that particular problem in a 3 hours. So this is the scenario, because they require such type of all the skills which is required to design a web page or any site of software, HTML, PHP, web server, web page hosting, database management. So I can say that as per the CP Gurnani sir, okay, they required us, we can say that good people, 6 millions of people they required in the cyber security. If I am looking for a robotics person, instead of that I am getting a person that he have particularly I can say that any other knowledges. So whether that particular person will eligible or the properly employable for that particular robotics role, no, because there is a skill gap. So I can say that there are some sort of employability which is very much important, which are again a part of non-technical and technical aspects. So that can also we can improve, that can also we can adopt by the student. So the big question is, the industry will train, but for how long? They will recruit the students, but whenever the students will get trained, they are starting to search a new companies. Will they not prefer semi skills candidate? They require a proper sort of knowledge, fundamental concepts, at least basic knowledge. So semi skills students are fresh graduate for year while paying X amount, and if the ready to use skill graduate, if they are ready to pay 1.5 amount of X more than that particular salary, so there will be good for them, particularly company. They require they require some sort of good ready to skill graduate students. So whether we are going to provide, yes. So if yes, then which type of fiction versus reality in front of us? The fictions and the reality, as we observe that, what students think as a solution, they are going to think as much as languages they have to learn, do management related courses, skill development courses, improve English. Yeah, right, agree, they have to do, but related to that particular requirement, they have to clear their fundamentals, they have some sort of creativity, they have resilience, communication skill, ability to write well structured and efficient code or efficient solution or the on the technical question that company want. If we have so many like a resume fill up by so many languages and everything, no, they require clear fundamentals. So there is no contact without a meeting of a mind. So for that purpose, industry requirement, we have to choose, we have to understand, the students have to understand, they're looking what the companies require. The industry is looking for students who understand the fundamental concept, students who are ready to accept challenges, students who are able to talk and convey their ideas irrespective of knowledge. If they will, the HR will ask, introduce about yourself, they cannot say single words about their introduction itself. So this is one of the scenario, they may not write a proper code itself. So these are the scenario. So what is the solution? The quick solution on the basis of that, the students have to understood the concept related to the online and offline sort of education. They have to start learning online itself. The online, there are multiple solutions, multiple options are available. Even though in the offline itself they have a campus, they have to learn or they have to submit a product and project. This is the hybrid solution, and through hybrid solution we have to solve the problem. But what is the real problem? Not where, but what to study, what exactly they want to study. The study is, there are multiple options, too much information are available freely. If you look in this particular question, if you write simple free web page design, there are multiple options are available. If we search free networking courses, there are multiple options are available. If we search FPGA courses, there are multiple options are available. So we have a solution, we have a particular like gadget in our pocket, so we have to use that. So on the basis of that, the quality education also required some sort of like skills. One is the short term course certificate courses. If we'll mention that particular courses in our we can say that your resume, is it suitable, is it okay for that particular company? No, the company require problem solving skills in that particular students, analytical skills in that particular candidate, mathematical skills, critical thinking skills, communication skills, teamwork, documentation, evolvable. This need is important, not only a bookish knowledge, but only these type of skills which are most important factor for the company itself, and that is lagging in our even the country. So back to square one, we can say that clearing various tuition, entrance exam, semester course, what have we have really achieved? No, nothing. We failed. What we will do? Let me assume it go as a mistake when I started to career my 10th and 12th, and after that I am looking for that education, whether I am going for arts, whether I am going for commerce, whether I am going for science. If I am going for science, then whether BSc, MSc, whatever it is. Then if I am going for engineering, which type of branch we require. So these are the questions in the mind. As we know that two important education in our country, that is engineering and doctorate, they can do anything, but if they have problem solving skill, analytical skill, mathematical skills, all the skills if they have, then definitely they will get the good job. Good to succeed, you don't have to something different. All you need to do differently. Then everyone have, if they are belongs to computer science engineering background, and 60 students have the resume, and everyone have three lines common. One is BE in computer science, second is HSC, and third one is SSC. Whether it is suitable, so whether a company HR will call all the 60 students? No, they will identify the quality, they will identify the proper skills which is required for that particular job. Students may not be aware about that objective, which type of objective they have to mention on the basis of that particular job. So that is a problem. So the common goal is there are different between knowledge and information is most important factor by the faculty to the student. Today the employment scenario is completely driven by technically demand. Whether they are capable enough to understand that new scenario, our syllabus is older one and we are going to teach older one syllabus, frame syllabus which is not that much up to the mark. So what we require? We require to update. We require to change that particular concept. With every version of software, new course must be devised. In the case of if the student receive a technology specific education, they will become irrelevant when a new technology replaces the current one. So they have to be acquired, they have to be wake up, they have to be aware about that particular new technology. However, with the firm grip fundamental subject, the subject will always be able to adopt, and we have to understand the basic of that particular subject. So I request all the faculties, whenever they are going to deliver a subject or the teaching, they have to just teach them the basic and the importance of that subject. First, they have to put up in each and every student's mind what exactly the subject need and where it is going to be required in the industry. So that we can say that fundamental courses, foundation courses with the basic knowledge is the quality education, and that is required nowadays. That is most important factor that can be required by the particularly we can say that. So for that purpose we have to be online as well as offline hybrid mode, and then the common goal we can say that dear future wish to make a students employable. It's our art. Help the students in finding the difference between want and need. Provide them with a one streamlined course along with the regular curriculum. We have to make changes in that particular. The streamlined courses is most important, and that will be important when they are going to acquire that particular skill. Okay, these are the points, common goals. So demand is we required more than 6 million people. So skill gap is if I am looking for a robotics person, as already discussed this point. So there is a common we can say that skill gap. So what exactly we required in the technical or quality education? The 10 things that require zero talent, and that students have to understood, students have to acquire, students have to aware, students have to achieve. The first is nothing but be on time, complete all the tasks on a time, whenever you are in the college itself, you have to start your like professional behavior, practical behavior, work ethics. Whenever you are in the college itself, we have to maintain the work ethics with the faculty, with the higher authorities, with the colleagues and all. Efforts is it doesn't require zero talents. Means if I need to like pick up that particular bag, there is no efforts required, only the power is required, and that power if we have, then we can pick up that particular we can say that particular bag. So then we can say that body language, it doesn't require any talent. It will behave properly, then your body language is always maintained, and it will impress the particular person which is in front of you, or the colleagues who is associated with you. Energy doesn't require that talent. You have to like conscious, whenever you require to save your energy, you have to save. Whenever you have to show that your talent and the skills, then you have to put up all the energies dedicated and devoted for that particular work. Passion about to learn everything, new thing, acquire the knowledge. This is one of the most important. So being a coaching, always learn new thing, always like adopt new things, and doing extra. Of course, as I already told you, that if you have some sort of extra skills in your resume, definitely you will get a proper job, proper employment. Otherwise, if there are three lines, as I already told you. One is your graduation or post graduation, second is nothing but HSC, and third one is your SSC. And beyond that, if you don't have anything in your resume, then no one will select you, no one will offer you a job. And being prepared, always prepared, always wake up about all these things, whatever the things which is nearby with you, you have to wake up, you have to prepare to solve that problem. I can say that for the quality education, or for the good education, we can say that 5 habits to become successful reader, successful person. One is lead with empathy. Like you have to be curious, we have to be proper, we have to be mannerable with all the colleagues. So this is one of the point. And embrace changes, and we can say that act as a mentor. You have to teach each and like small things to your colleagues, to your students, to your like all the subordinates which is with you, who are with you. Then you will be the mentor of that particular team, you will be the mentor of that particular group. Celebrate different views, and just enjoy everything, enjoy like a kid. So like don't forget about that. If you enjoy like a kid, then it will be a very good happiness, and positive waves will create for your future. 5 habits, we can say that become a happy person. I can say that don't show off. If you have a skill, don't show off, just prove it through your technical solutions. So if you have skills, don't show off like that, I have a skill. And if you cannot prove that, then it will be a not quality part. Then talk less. It's most important. Like a faculty, it is not like that, but somehow we can say that we have to talk less. Then learn daily new things, whatever the things we have. Help others is the most important factor. Give them a solution, give them a like some sort of a problem solving capabilities to the students. These are the most important. Then laugh more, of course, it's more important. If we laugh more, then it's good for your health. And the employer required proper 13 priorities. Being a part of a particularly employment in good companies. Communication skill, we can say that creativity skills, then we can say that computational skills, we can say that critical thinking skills. Positive work habits always required. Then problem solving skills, we can say that people management. Then service orientation, then substantial development. Then technical knowledge are most important. Then time management, emotional intelligence, and decision making. These are the things which are most important for the good employment or good employer by the employer itself. So what we required, as we know that this is a race, life is a race, and we are particularly part of that particular race. And if you have a quality, you'll win. If you don't have a quality, then we cannot win. In the education system, as we observe that the syllabus framing have to have changed. NEP says that, new education policy says that if we will make some sort of changes in our education, then definitely it will be helpful for our youth and the young generation. So I request all the parents, even though all the teachers, so we have to teach them beyond syllabus, beyond circle. and if you'll give them some sort of beyond syllabus beyond circle solution, then definitely they will be it will be helpful for them. So more about that particular session and the other things, you can visit my YouTube channel, you can visit my website itself. And should be quality, should be provide the proper quality to the students. We are here to help you. Now it's your turn to act as an gentleman, acts as an proper perfect person, professional practical person, then you will achieve everything. So this is about the quality education. This is from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to International Institute of Organized Research for inviting me as the keynote speaker on the National Science Day Conclave. I am Dr. Shalu Saigal from Sholini Institute of Life Sciences and Business Management, Solan, Himachal Pradesh, India. The Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, were developed by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and to ensure all people enjoy peace and prosperity. The SDGs were developed through a consultative processes involving governments, civil society, the private sector, and international organizations. The process was initiated in 2012 at the Rio Plus 20 United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, where member states recognized the need for a comprehensive set of sustainable development goals that would address the economic, social, and environmental dimensions of sustainable development. The SDGs aim to achieve a more sustainable, equitable, and prosperous future for everyone in the whole world. There are 17 goals and 169 targets which cover a range of issues including poverty, hunger, health, education, gender equality, water, sanitation, energy, economic growth, infrastructure, climate change, peace, and justice. The goals are interconnected and address the root causes of poverty and inequality, while also promoting sustainable economic growth and environmental sustainability. The SDGs recognize that poverty is a complex issue that cannot be addressed through economic growth alone, but it requires a focus on education, health, gender equality, and social protection. The goals are recognized that climate change is one of the greatest challenges that our planet is facing, and that action is needed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to adapt to the impacts of climate changes. For example of the SDGs in action is the Leave No One Behind campaign, which aims to ensure that most vulnerable and marginalized people are not left behind in the pursuit of the SDGs. This campaign recognizes that achieving the SDGs requires a focus on the most marginalized and excluded communities, such as women, children, people with disabilities, and those living in poverty. Another example of the SDG in action is the work being done to combat climate change. Goal 13 of the SDGs is to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. This goal recognizes that the climate changes is one of the greatest challenge our planet is facing, and that action is needed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to adapt to the impacts of climate change. Many countries and organizations are taking action to address climate change, such as they are investing in the renewable energy, reducing emissions from transportation and industries, and they are implementing policies to reduce deforestation, and they are promoting sustainable land use. In addition to these examples, the SDGs are being implemented in the range of other areas such as education, gender equality, sustainable cities and communities, and responsible consumption and production. Let's talk about Goal 4 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. That is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for everyone on this planet. The goal realizes that education is the fundamental human right. We will discuss why Goal 4 is important, its challenges in achieving it, and some of the efforts being made to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for everyone. Let's dig deep in this. The importance of Goal 4 cannot be overstated. Education is a key driver of human development and is essential for individuals to achieve economic, social, and political empowerment. Education provides individuals with the knowledge, skills, and competences they need to participate fully in society and to make informed decisions about their lives. Education also plays a critical role in promoting social cohesion, reducing inequality, and fostering economic growth and development. Despite the importance of education, there are still significant challenges in achieving Goal 4. One of the biggest challenges is access to education. Yes, many children, particularly those in developing countries, do not have access to education due to poverty, discrimination, and other social and economical factors. According to the UNESCO Institute for Statistics, an estimated 258 million children and youth worldwide were out of the school in 2018. However, the latest available data from the UIS is for the year 2020. In that year, the number of out of school children and youth increased to 1.6 billion due to the COVID-19 pandemic. These statistics highlight the urgent need to invest in education and to take action to ensure that every child and youth has access to quality education. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown that education systems need to be resilient and adaptable with the focus on providing remote and online learning opportunities, particularly in low-income countries where access to technology is limited. Achieving SDGs 4 requires a collective effort from government, civil societies, and the private sector to ensure that education is a priority and that the right policies and resources are in place to ensure that all learners have access to quality education. In addition, many children who do attend school do not receive a quality education, which can limit their ability to reach their full potential. To address these challenges and achieve Goal 4, a range of efforts are being made at the international, national, and local levels. One important effort is increasing investment in education. According to the Global Partnership for Education, an international organization that supports education in developing countries, there is a significant financing gap for education, particularly in low-income countries. Increased investment in education can help to ensure that resources are available to provide quality education to all children, regardless of their background. Another effort is improving the quality of teaching and learning is quality education. That requires well and trained, motivated teachers, relevant and up-to-date curriculum, and access to teaching materials, and of course technology. By investing in teacher training and development, curriculum development, and educational technology, we can ensure that students receive a high-quality education that prepares them for the challenges of the 21st century. Promoting inclusive education is also essential in achieving Goal 4. Inclusive education means that all children, regardless of their background, have the opportunity to participate fully in education. This can be achieved through a range of strategies, such as providing support for children with disabilities, offering education in local languages, and providing resources to girls to help them stay in school. In addition to these efforts, there are also a range of innovative approaches being taken to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for everyone. For example, the Khan Academy is free online platform for everyone. Some more examples of innovative education approaches are Teach for All. Teach for All is a global network. Some more examples of innovative approaches being taken to achieve SDG 4 are like first, Teach for All. Teach for All is a global network of independent organizations that recruit, train, and support teachers to work in high need communities. These teachers work to improve educational outcomes for their students while developing their own leadership skills. Another example is like One Laptop Per Child. One Laptop Per Child is a non-profit organization that provides low-cost laptops to children in low-income countries. The laptops are designed to be low power and easy to use, with the focus on providing access to digital educational resources. The next example is Bridge International Academies. Bridge International Academy is a chain of low-cost private schools operating in several African countries. The schools use a technology-based curriculum and standardized teaching methods to provide affordable, high-quality education to low-income families. Next is E-Learning Africa. E-Learning Africa is an annual conference and exhibition that brings together policymakers, educators, and technologists to discuss innovations and best practices in technology-enhanced learning in African countries. The conference provides a platform for knowledge sharing and networking, as well as showcasing the latest products and services in EdTech. These are just a few examples of many innovative approaches being taken to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for everyone. The success of these initiatives highlights the potential of SDG 4 to improve educational outcomes and promote lifelong learning opportunities for everyone on the planet. In the last, I would conclude that the Sustainable Development Goals are making a positive impact in various parts of the world. For example, in many countries, the number of people living that is of better quality, thanks to initiatives aimed at achieving SDG 4, which focuses on education. There is a greater emphasis on lifelong quality learning. Overall, the impact of SDG 4 has been significant in improving access to education and the quality of education around the world. However, there is still much work to be done to achieve this goal. To make further progress, future guidelines include increasing investment in education, strengthening partnerships between different stakeholders, and ensuring that policies and resources are targeted towards those who really, really need them most. Thank you, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Shruti Agarwal from Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. I congratulate and thank I2OR team for inviting me for celebrating National Science Day in this virtual event. As we all know, this day is celebrated in India on February 28th every year to mark the discovery of the Raman Effect by Indian physicist Sir C.V. Raman. The day is aimed to promote science and scientific temper in the country. Quality education plays a crucial role in promoting scientific temper and encouraging research and innovation in science. Access to quality education can help develop scientific skills and knowledge among students, which in turn can contribute to the progress of science and technology in the country. Therefore, celebrating National Science Day can help create awareness about the importance of quality education in promoting scientific research and development. One of the resources gaining popularity these days is ChatGPT. I'm sure you might have heard about it. ChatGPT can be a useful tool for teachers and for everyone imparting quality education. It can answer students' questions. Teacher can use ChatGPT to quickly answer students' questions on a wide range of topics. It can create lesson plans. ChatGPT can be useful for generating ideas and inspirations for lesson plans. It can help personalize learning. It can also be used for professional development. So a lot of things has been done and are being done in ChatGPT, and it is gaining popularity very quickly. Overall, it can be a valuable resource for teachers looking to enhance their teaching and improve student learning outcomes, because these days we have seen that the way we are imparting education has entirely changed. Now it is just not, we are just not teachers, we are the facilitators. So, ChatGPT can be a useful tool for accessing information and learning new things. But please, it is not a substitute for quality education, because if I talk about quality education, it involves a comprehensive and a structured approach to learning that provides students with the knowledge, skills, critical thinking abilities necessary to succeed in their chosen careers in their lives. While ChatGPT can provide information and answer questions, it cannot replace the deeper learning experiences that comes with a well-rounded education. And here comes the value of the teachers, the value of the facilitators that we aim to be. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Greetings to everyone, and I take this opportunity to thank and appreciate the efforts put up by I2OR for organizing this event. Let me run you through the key highlights that I intend to take up during my talk. So I'll be talking about celebrating science, role of higher education in realizing SDG goals, global standing of Indian education system, internationalization of research and research programs, science and spirituality, which happens to be my favorite topic. So about celebrating science, we celebrate science on a particular day. Rather, it should be celebrated every day. We observe Science Day. We learn more about C.V. Raman, the Nobel laureate, an influential scientific pioneer whose work has always inspired generations of scientists. We learn about science in everyday life. National Science Day provides regular people with an opportunity to develop an interest in science by understanding how it can solve everyday problems. It is all about loving science. It brings order to a chaotic world. It gives us answers to questions we did not know we had. And it is a constant journey of amazing discovery. The science may not be understood to everyone, but it is loved by all. I will once again touch upon this topic at the end of my talk. Also, the scientific exploration is always to be encouraged. We need to share our love for science with others around us. Introduce them to this day, as I2OR is doing this along with various other noble initiatives. We strongly believe that scientific efforts need honoring. It is for highlighting efforts that people make towards science in the interest of more exploration and invention in this field. Acknowledge and reward small contributions. Not everyone is a pioneer or a Nobel laureate. Encourage and appreciate their small efforts, despite small and most of the times no financial support at all. They have managed to get that. This in turn will increase the interest in science and scientific communities. Next slide, I will talk about education, its role and SDGs. So, which I presume that higher education is positioned as a sustainable development tool. So the world is currently engaged in an intense search for a better model for higher education, which can provide contemporary strategies for moving towards sustainable development. Higher education can be fully positioned as a means to achieve sustainable development. In particular, if we talk about Goal 4, which is about ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education, we talk about Goal 8 for decent work and economic growth, and Goal 9, where we talk about innovation, industry innovation and growth and infrastructure. All these can be realized through the development of higher education. Without adequate higher education and research facilities, which produce an adequate pool of qualified, educated individuals, how can we expect sustainable development to be achieved? Directly or indirectly, the impact of higher education always supports the implementation of the entire sustainable development agenda. The government has launched several initiatives and new reforms to put the nation on a high growth trajectory. Some flagship programs like Make in India, Digital India, Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, Amrut we call it, and maybe some other like Smart Cities Mission, Digital India, all these significant opportunities for educational institutions which support India in achieving general and specific SDGs. SDGs have been linked to these flagship programs, and expert committees and working groups have been assigned to facilitate and implementation for the facilitation and implementation. And besides the other benefits, immediate one is the quantum of jobs. But how do state governments contribute to the SDGs? So I would simply say by translating sub-national SDG goals into projects. So how do they do it? State governments play a pivotal role in many of government flagship programs such as Swachh Bharat, Make in India, Skill India, Digital India, quite a few we mentioned earlier also, with constant engagements through educational institutions by exploring new technologies, getting more projects which address such issues. I'll take up an example of stubble burning that leads to pollution in state of Punjab. I'm thankful to UNSDG India and PCST for acknowledging my research work on magnetic separation and purification of underground water in rural Punjab. So again, here the alignment of the objectives of my project were very much with those as those of the SDGs. This actually helped me gain the momentum in my project. The thrust is on proactively conceptualizing and executing special projects targeting and achieving specific SDGs and solve problems peculiar to India. India have made steady progress towards achieving UN SDGs in areas of health, energy, infrastructure, and to quote a few, as per NITI Aayog's latest SDG index, I have something to share with you. So India's overall score is up by 6 points from 60 to 66th position, and nationwide improvement in clean water and sanitization and affordable and clean energy. Kerala has achieved highest score, followed by Himachal Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Goa. So here, I'll skip this slide for a minute. So here, in my next slide, I'll talk about Indian education system and our global standing. So allow me to quote Einstein again. We owe a lot to the ancient Indians for teaching us how to count, without which most modern scientific discoveries would have been impossible. We have a legacy of having an unprecedented ancient education system. But for now, let us not dig too deep and move to our present education system. The institutional framework of higher education system comprises of universities and colleges. So broadly, there are three categories of universities. We have conventional universities, we have deemed ones, and the institutions of national importance. While conventional universities are established through Act of Parliament or state legislatures, deemed universities award degrees through the notification of central government, and institutions of national importance are those that have been awarded by the status of Parliament. I have something to share statistics with you. We have a total number of universities close to 1,200, colleges close to 44,000, and standalone institutions around 12,000. Since 2014-15, there has been an increase of 46, rather more than 46% as per iShift. and other findings, I would again quote, the institutions of national importance have almost doubled from 2014-15 till recent. The northeastern states have been given 191 new higher educational institutions since 2014-15, 17 universities, out of which 14 are state public, and 4,317 colleges are exclusively for women. More to it, we have 43% universities and more than 61% of colleges located in our rural areas. So let me put some more encouraging science and technology indicators on my screen. India is placed in third among countries in scientific publication as per NSF database. India is ranked at 9th position in terms of resident patent filing activity in the world. India is, and I'll take this opportunity, but before that, let me say that India spent around 0.7% of its GDP on R&D in 2017-18, while some of the other participating countries were Russian Federation at about 1.1%, China 2.1%, and Africa 0.8%. India's gross expenditure in R&D has nearly tripled from 39,000 crores in 2007-8 to 1,13,000, around 800 crores in 2017-18. However, some critics have reported that according to RBI, the government has almost spent 3.3% of GDP on education alone in 1920. Again, I'll take this opportunity to cite the launch of National Quantum Mission with a budget of 8,000 crore. It's again a government of India's mega initiative to make our country a global quantum leader. So, well, this is the data which says that we have PhD enrollments with great numbers, and science and technology have the most number of enrollments to be followed by sciences. Well, the numbers are showing good, and again, the encouraging factor is that we have around 30%, more than 30% of women enrollments. So we are witnessing new dimensions in higher education. The University Grants Commission streamlined the rules for Indian and foreign universities to collaborate on joint degrees, dual degrees, twinning programs, and the purpose is internationalization of higher education in India. And it will no longer need authorization from UGC or other, maybe for the time being from UGC to offer such programs. However, these entitled institutions need a minimum score of 3.01 on a 4-point scale in NAC, or ranking should be among the top 100 universities in NIRF ranking. The overseas partner institutions must rank in the top 1,000 universities in QS World University ranking. Also, these will have to be compliant with statutory councils or authorities such as AICTE, National Medical Commission, Bar Council of India, Pharmaceutical Council of India, or maybe some other council. And a foreign university, like students would be able to pursue 2 degrees, one from the foreign university and from Indian university. So the very interesting thing is why these different degrees that we're talking about, like dual degree. So what is the dual degree? So under this dual degree program, Indian and foreign colleges will award separate but concurrent degrees for the same discipline and same level of study. Twinning and joint degrees, we talk about. There are 2 other programs provided as a part of Indian foreign academic collaborations. So in twinning program, a student can complete a minimum of 30% of course in course or credits in a foreign university, while the remainder of the credits is to be done from India. So the question is, what is the purpose of UGC's dual degree program? So here I would quote what our UGC chairman, he has emphasized that the importance of dual degree programs, that these programs are devised to provide students with most flexibility in terms of higher education. Through these programs, they are making it easier for students to customize their education, to broaden their option of what they want to study. The dual degree programs is supposed to enable students to get better organized, or I would say rather better reorganize their academic careers, pursue their passions, and realize their full potentials. Furthermore, an exit lane has also been established in case a student is unable to continue or does not want to continue with that program. These initiatives are well aligned with the national education policy, which strives to make education more accessible, multidisciplinary, and high quality through partnerships. Again, all these UNSDG aligned. It will also improve Indian student employability and lure foreign students to India. So summarizing, the internationalization is towards promotion of the academic programs cross-border, establishing bilateral and multilateral cooperation and exchanges, sharing of resources, definitely experiences, providing consultancies, and creating avenues for joint international programs. Keeping the timeline in mind, I'll quickly move to the next topic, which is science and spirituality. Why did I take up this topic? Because spirituality is blind without science, and science is lame without spirituality. So most people think that science and spirituality are totally opposite things. There is a conflict between science and spirituality, and that has always been and will always remain. But I can speak from my personal experiences that both areas are actually two sides of the same coin. Some of the greatest scientists, when questioned about their discoveries, pointed to a spiritual inspiration. Spiritual inspiration in the sense that that was the driving force behind their findings. So Albert Einstein once had said, "I assert that the cosmic religion experience is the strongest and the noblest driving force behind scientific research." So the aim of science is to uncover the deepest spiritual truths, and the aim of spirituality is to search for the cause behind all the scientific facts. Physical scientists and spiritual scientists. I would differentiate the two. So physical scientists and spiritual scientists both seek the answers to the same questions, but in slightly different ways. They are both here to find the hidden laws of nature, the higher power that created everything. Physical scientists, while physical scientists search through the outer instrumentations, I would say the machinery, the instruments, whereas spiritual scientists search through the techniques of meditation, their inner eyes, using the instrumentation of the attention, the dhyan. The physical scientists are trying to prove God to themselves through the outer eyes and ears, whereas the spiritual scientists are doing it through their inner eyes, inner stars. They listen to their inner music of the spheres through the meditation. But they both sit in silence, watching and waiting. It's not a choice between science and spirituality, but a choice of science with spirituality. I repeat it. It's not a choice between science and spirituality. It is a choice of science and spirituality. Scientific pursuit should discover of ways to help make world a better place, uncover the greatest truths of all time, the God, our soul, the purpose of our life here on earth. We might need to differentiate between energy and intelligent energy, motion and emotion, mind and matter. So let us keep working with science in silence for your solar energy. Thank you for listening so patiently with me. Thank you again.
I2OR National Science Day Awards 2023, recognizing remarkable contributions of individuals through different categories, which includes research excellence, academic excellence, young researchers, young scientists, and young scholars. Let's begin the proceedings by recognizing the awardees on this special day.
Our first category is I2OR National Academic Excellence Award 2023, and the first award is Mr. Leeladhar Kumar Geval, Mrs. Afroz Patan,
Dr. Shakira Sultana, Dr. Azaz Ahmad Wani, Dr. T. Rajendran, Dr. Rajendra Kumar Jain, Miss G. Sai Pooja, Dr. Radhika Rani Lakshmi Raju, Dr. Satyendra Kumar, Dr. Neeraj Kumar Sharma. And the next category is I2OR National Academic Excellence Award for Institutions, and this award goes to Career Convent Girls PG College from Vikas Nagar, Lucknow, UP, India for outstanding contribution in the field of academics. And the next category is I2OR National Research Excellence Award 2023, and the winners are Ayan Adhikari, Professor Dr. M. Vijay Anandi, Dr. Rupashri Das Gupta, Professor Dr. Rahul Shrivastava, Dr. K.K. Mithili, Dr. Partha Naskar, Professor Dr. A. Vijay Lakshmi, and the next category is I2OR National Young Scientist Award, and the winner is Mr. Avinash Madasu. Thank you so much. All good things comes to an end. On the behalf of I2OR, I would like to congratulate all the award winners and wish you all happy National Science Day 2023. Thank you for joining us today.